Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I would so totally love that. And if you're returning, how you doing? In today's video, I want to talk about storing water. I think this is one of our most important things with our preps, okay? It's actually more important than, I think, than storing food. And I say this only because, you know, the human body can only survive 3 days without water, but our bodies can survive 3 weeks without food. So take that into consideration. It's very important, something to think about it. You know, it's, the more you know. Ding. Now, how much water should you store? The current recommendation is, 1 gallon per person per day. Now, if you have like a family of 4, okay, that's 1 gallon per person per day. So that's 4 gallons per day. That's 12 gallons for just 3 days. I don't think people really realize how much water you actually have to store. It's actually more, you have to store more water than you do food. So really take these things into consideration. You really have to, you know your math when it comes to storing water, storing food, storing really anything. But, you know, other things to take into consideration is what kind of climate you live in. If you live in a very hot climate, you know, like a desert climate, like do you live in Arizona, that type of thing. Like we live here in Florida, it's hot here, you know, for a considerable amount of time. We do get a winter. Yes, it does get cold here in Tampa because we live above the frost line. So starting like end of December into like February, March, we do get cold here, and like we do have winter clothes, you know, that type of thing. So, but take into consideration your climate. You know, that's very, very, very important to consider when you are storing water. What kind of climate you live in. Something else to take into consideration is cooking. You need water for cooking. You really do, especially for rice, pasta, you know, things like that. Also take into consideration your pets, people with chronic illnesses, nursing moms. That's very big. They need a lot of water, okay? Your gardens, livestock. Now, are you going to buy it already bottled, or are you going to bottle it yourself? I do both. So, but it really all depends on you. What are you more comfortable with doing? What do you think is going to suit you best and your needs best? I buy water, it's already sterile. It's ready for storage. It's less work. There's no filtration needed. It comes in various sizes, that type of thing, okay? But it can get expensive. That's the only con. It can get expensive. But, you know, it's kind of easier. It really is. But I also bottle it myself. I showed you in a previous video that Sean and I invested in that water filtration system that we put on our spigot in the kitchen. So, you know, you got to weigh it out. You know, what would be best for you and your family and your needs. Now, if you do want to bottle your own water, like I said, get a filtration system. But you have to sterilize your containers, especially if you're, excuse me, you know, going to reuse. Like if your family drinks a lot of juice, okay, you have the ocean spray bottles or whatever. Sterilize those bottles first before you reuse. That's tip number 1. That's what I have to say about that. Now make sure the bottles that you are reusing are BPA free, because the chemicals can be released into the water. It's very important. Use a filtration system. Now that filtration system that we got all together, it was like $42, $43, but that's because we bought extra filters. But that filtration system that we put onto the spigot, it was like $22 or something like that, and it came with a filter. But I went ahead and I bought extra filters. For $19.95, I got 2 extra filters. Okay. If you don't want to buy a filtration system, then have your water tested. I don't know how much that costs, but that's an option. Okay. Now, if you do want to do this and bottle your own water, make sure you date it and rotate it. That's very important. Consider water treatments. You know, if after you have your water tested and it's not up to what you thought it would be, have it tested. Have it treated. Sorry, my bad. Have it treated. Test the water before you drink it. Okay, test it before you drink it, because regardless of how you're storing it, as soon as you open it, you're going to be able to smell if it's stagnant or what. Okay. And after you bottle it up, okay, you're going to want to store it in a cool, dry place, like under your bed, in a closet. Okay, it has to be in a cool, dry place. Okay, in a dark place. Okay, like I said, like under your bed is probably the best bet. In a closet. Do you have extra linen closets? In a coat closet. Okay, in your spare room, that type of thing. Okay, you want to make sure there's no windows, that type of thing. That's why I said closet or under the bed. At some point, though, if you are not getting to where you want to be in your goal of storing water, maybe you should think about getting like the 55-gallon drum from like feed stores, that type of thing. Hang on a minute. Ridley, no. My dog, he's having a moment. Ridley, no. You were just outside. So you can collect rainwater. Now here in Florida, it is, funny enough, against the law to collect rainwater. So even though I would love to be able to collect rainwater, the county, actually they drive their trucks around and they actually nitpick and look and see, what are you doing? So I don't want to take any chances. You know, they actually walk into people's backyards and see, what are you doing? So I don't want to even try to disguise. How would I even disguise 55-gallon drums? How would I do that? You know, you can't just throw tarps over something, because they would literally come and rip it off and say, what are you doing? You know, because they're brazen around here. They'll do that. So, yeah, so I don't know if I would even try to attempt something like that. So that's why we just, reuse bottles. We store them under the bed, in closets, that type of thing. Or we just buy water. Right now, Rural King, that's where we've been buying all of our cases of water. The cases of water for the 24-pack is $1.68, which is really good deal. It's an excellent deal, because sometimes you can't even find water for less than $2.50, $3.99. I've seen it higher than that for a 24 count case of water. It's ridiculous. Matter of fact, I was speaking to someone last night, and they were talking about toilet paper from CVS, and it was a 4 count of toilet paper rolls. And they spent $11 on it, but yet before the pandemic, it was $4.50 for the same pack of toilet paper. I said, turn them in, because this is getting ridiculous. Now, in the state of Florida, if any company, whether it's big or small, doesn't matter, if they are caught price gouging, oh my God, the things that gets done to that company is outrageous. But that's because, I mean, in the state of Florida, you literally have nothing but retirees and young families that are just starting out. They can't afford to spend $11 on a 4-pack of toilet paper. Maybe if you're getting the big pack of 24 rolls of Charmin, but on a 4-pack of store brand toilet paper, come on. You can go to Dollar Tree for that. I mean, seriously, that's ridiculous. CVS, literally, get over yourself. Come on. But I'm getting off track. But yeah, this is what I have found that works for me and my family for storing water and getting our water supply up. So that's all. Have a great day. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.